top quality hosting for all types of clients, servers with faster pings, and web hosting for lower prices. All on top of the line hardware and prices starting at $4.95 a month. Visit excessive.com for details. No one exceeds like Excessive. Excessive specializes in
So I told them that if I were a bad demo man, I wouldn't be sitting here discussing it with them, DS. Oh, it's a great story, I know. I'll tell you the rest of it later.
I missed that because I was just showing your mom out. So you might have to go over that whole thing again. I was AFK, but luckily everyone doesn't have to hear the story, whatever it was, because we have some red hot, fiery, scorching, pyro-based well action. We're talking about some CEVOA, Nefarious Gamers at 5-0 versus Delectable Meats 4-1. When I used to work for Ford Motor Credit, I collected on an account, and I always used to make fun of it because their answering service, I always had to listen to, "Welcome to Pastorius, Delectable Meats and the Cheeses." So I just sort of think of these guys. So I look at these Delectable Meats and I think these guys don't pay their bills, and I've collected on them. I don't even know if that's true or not, but on the two teams we have 6 versus 6 here, and over on Delectable Meats we have Paces, Pokey the Penguin, Dern, Wish D, Zarfo, and Burrow. Alright, I like the O sounds, nice and short. Let's see what Nefarious Gamer has on the other side here. Cryogenics, okay, I think that's spelled wrong, but whatever. And Undefined, add pound Nefarious. MrGiggles at pound Nefarious. Noob Aim, add pound Nefarious. And some sort of characters, add pound Nefarious. And Cringe. Cringe and Cryogenics not at pound Nefarious. So surely they're going to be scolded for not idling in their own IRC. Speaking of IRC, you can get your shoutouts to Leo here in IRC just by clicking the applet on the top of your viewing screen, and it'll take you right into IRC. You'll be able to get your shoutouts to Leo, which is like some nonsense like Ponage TV Leo shoutouts. Not the regular Ponage TV Leo. You don't want to send it to him. You want to send it to the shoutouts one. And it makes sense to most people, but not really everyone. And they're asking us if we're ready, and damn it, we're ready. So we're letting them know, and we're about to get underway here. So we're going to see well here, which this is a control point map where it seems like what ends up happening is whoever takes the middle ends up zooming through the rest of this here. It's a control point push map, and it seems like this is a very momentum-based map where we see teams getting run right off the map, even if they're evenly matched. It just seems like it goes one team's way, and it's never really a struggle that goes evenly. So let's see what we got here, Leo. As we get started, the good luck and have funs are out of the way. And Leo, do you want to start us off here? I was following Zarfo, but you are in control of the camera, so why don't you tell us what you're watching?
Oh, now you want me to talk. I mean, you pretty much go through the whole intro spiel without even at least acknowledging my existence. And I mean, now the game's
I talked about your mom.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I wanted to say my demo man story. But I guess we're gonna have to go live here. And ow! Pokey the Penguin, who I was just watching, gets face raped by MrGiggles through the trains. Oh, that sucked. So right off the bat, DM, Delectable Meats are 1 meat short of a full sub. That was horrible. I'm watching it from the angle of Pestis right now, who turns around and one-shots Zaj, I think his name is, because he decides to change the way that it looks. But Zaj kills his medic, so right now Delectable Meats medicless in the center gets absolutely rolled by Nefarious, and Nefarious Gaming already with the lead. They've already got 3 people in the center cap. Watching it from the angle of MrGiggles right now, who is trying to shoot a scout point blank with his sniper rifle, but it didn't work. Zarfo took out Nubium. Yeah, it's Nubium. Alright, I got that one right. Defined bottling him, though, so he's down. Nefarious Gaming taking the center cap right away. MrGiggles picking up a medium-sized med pack. I'm going to go to the first person to view to see how kind of pro headshots this guy can whip out. I'll see them in a sec, any second now. He's checking out the battlements in the blue base. Doesn't see anybody, though. I do see the stream of blue meta stream, I guess some people would like to call it, of the medic on the left side, meaning that MrGiggles was just alerted to the presence of the medic on the left door. MrGiggles is moving forward right now, and so is the rest of this team. They finally caught up right now, but Nefarious, their Uber is not as charged as Delectable Meats, since their medic just died during at the center. Actually, I just think I heard that a medic inside the base just called out that his Uber was ready and waiting to go. So Nefarious is already going to meet up with a bit of resistance due to Ubers. I'm going to go check out what kind of defense they got set up. I'm going to watch it from the angle of DM's Budo, which also is another way of saying jackass in Spanish. Is walking around healing up the two soldiers and the demo man at the second tier of the second cap. DM Zarfa taking out cryogenics, and right now DM is still turtling up, not waiting for... Oh, actually, they're just waiting for Neff to waltz in and do something, but actually now they're on the counter-offensive. Neff died right outside of the base, around 3 of them, and now they're pretty much on the offense. Pokey the Penguin taking out MrGiggles. Zarfo dying to a train! Oh, that sucks for him. DM already down a member on the offense towards the center cap. Whoa, DM's also almost got taken out by a second train, and that would have just ended this entire charge. Buddha firing off his Uber charge, but to complete waste, since he didn't really need to. There was nobody firing at them. There was no sense of danger. I think he just wanted to just to fire it off, and is now in a bit of a scuffle with a scout, trying to whip out the saw blade to kill him, and dies to Nefarious's Zaj. I guess that's what his name is spelled like, at the center cap. Nubium getting taken out by Wished, and Cryogenics taking out Wished in return. Right now, so far, Nefarious is in the bit of the lead, taking the center cap, but they haven't been able to move forward, Dead Slash, as pretty much Delectable Meats are still holding them off.
Yeah, but right as you said that, they're putting a push on this secondary control point, and it looks like they're going to have a chance to get this, and they're going at it with a sniper here, which, well, they had a sniper, but he's kind of in pieces right now. He fell apart on the job. Yeah. So, Delectable Meats is grouped up here, and they're hanging over that second control point and about to take it back, but what they need to do is start pushing forward. If they don't push forward, they're not going to make any progress, and that's what you need to do in this. You can't really sit back for long. If you sit back for long, the other team is going to recover, and they're going to come through, and they're going to rip through you. You can't. There's not enough time to screw around. So here they are. They are doing what they need to do. They're coming across here, and DM Dern's going to go down low. Everybody else coming in up high. You see Pokey the Penguin peeking around the corner. Penguins had some very bad experiences here on Pwnage TV, as they were raped by boats in a previous cast. This Penguin, of course, is unrelated. Pokey now creeping around the corner, comes up here, he blasts a scout, the Kingdom Come, goes Uber, and he is standing on that central control point. Makes no progress there. Would have been killed by that train, but he was Uber. And now here they are, they're going to try to take this back, and it's going to be a race as who can take that secondary control point versus the second one, and of course the DM is going to lose this one. So they're in some serious trouble here, as the primary control point is now able to be contested, and Nefarious just runs right in and comes in caps at almost instantly. And a very quick, once they got the momentum going, they just rolled through there and took that, Leo. We've got 40 seconds, so we have any shout-outs before we get going?
Sure we do. Let me read off 2 or 3 of them. Remember, folks can get your shoutouts into me at PTVLeo02 with shoutouts at the end of my name on PoundPwnage.tv. Come and hang out in here. A lot of people are always talking about their miserable lives and how emo they can really be, and then they like to share it to me so that I could read it out on air. So I guess I might as well start sharing with you folks of what everyone is sharing to me. Shout out from Zom Sparkay. Can you give a shout out to Ducka? Give me back my TV. Why would you steal somebody's TV? That's horrible. You gotta watch it on that. And actually one more from Delete. I want cheese, so I'm calling DM to win. Oh, alright, so Delectable Meats is getting a vote to win, as the game is underway, and Deadslash will be taking it away for the second round of this match.
Yeah, I'll take it away, but that's because I choose to, not for those reasons that you said. And then take a look at Nefarious. Nefarious is XAJ. Not really sure he says some sort of alien language. He should be deported. And he is creeping through as a spy. Now he's hanging out near that middle control point. I'm not really sure. Alright, now he's waiting. I guess he's waiting for his cloak to come back in, as they're about to lose that central control point. He's just standing there. Now he cloaks, lets the scout run past him, but he's unable to kill the scout. And that was Wish, Delectable Meats Wish, who's going to capture that central control point. And now it is Delectable Meats here on the offense. And they are very quickly attacking that secondary control point, which is what they need to do. They've got a 3-4-man presence right there, and they take it very quickly. So Delectable Meats now storming through. Delectable Meats on their way to the primary control point, and they've got pretty much their team intact. Over on the other side, we've got Nefarious with 2 people sitting there. We've got a soldier and a medic right on top of it, and now 2 people come out to join them, but they are going to be spreading forward, looking to capture that secondary control point back. And the medic and the soldier trying to fuel up, getting ready to go Uber. No attack so far on Nefarious's primary control point, and they're only at 50% on their Uber, so had they actually made it, I think that if they made a push there, they would have got it. Now Nefarious's Noob I Am is up to 80% here, and it's going to be Uber versus Uber. No, maybe not. Noob I Am not able to go Uber yet. He's trying to stay alive. He's at 93, 94%, and they are about to lose that control point. He goes Uber right on top of it, and on my screen they have nothing left, and they are able to clear it out with they just had a smidgen left somehow, and wow, unbelievable. Cleared out now by the soldier, and he's going to finish it off. Wow, DM's Wish and Pokey the Penguin come in and clear that out. Almost an amazing save right there by Nefarious, Leo. We've got 40 seconds for some shout-outs.
Might as well get some feedback before I read another one of the shout-outs that we got over here. Pokey the Penguin, he was sitting up at the top floor behind the missile itself. So the moment that his team wiped out, he tried to go onto to the top floor on that little ramp going into the missile, and fired a crit rocket that killed 2 people, and then waltzed on top of the cap with his teammate Wish. I'm just going to read one more shout-out before we take it live, and that's from guest number 77 out of the hundreds of guests that we do have in IRC Network. Shout out to K-Dubs RT. Alright, and that's going to be it for my shout-outs, so I'm going to go right back into the game. I'm going to watch it from the all-star capper of that last round, Pokey the Penguin. The current score is tied, folks, 1-1 between Delectable Meats and Nefarious Gaming. MrGiggles taking out Dern with a sniper headshot, trying to take out Pokey the Penguin, but it's not going to be successful. Uber charge is going off right now, and now 2 Ubers are going off, and DM is trying to stop them from coming up at the ramp. Pokey the Penguin is still looking around to make sure he can do something. Sees the medic right under him, next to the trains on the red side, but not killing him yet. Fires a crit rocket off at Undefined, who actually... that was actually Zaj. Undefined taking out Burrow, the medic for Team DM. So right now DM is medicless at the center, and Pokey the Penguin is getting shot at by a sniper from the side. I'm going to switch over to the sniper to see how he's doing, if I could find him. I think he's probably... Oh, there he is. MrGiggles is making a quick and hasty retreat with his pointed hat tilted off to the side, thinking that he's cool looking at all. Mr. I'm Australian and junk. MrGiggles looking off to the sides, making sure nobody's coming up to the left or right door. Sees somebody up in the battlements and fires at a scout, misses him. Still looking through the battlements, not seeing anybody yet, so I'm going to switch off to him to see what we got from the front lines. Going to take it out from the angle of Delectable Meats Zarfo, who meets up with an enemy scout into the waterways and is now chasing after an enemy scout. And Pokey the Penguin one-shot and cryogenic to the crit rocket, and his body parts are floating inside the water. Zarfo running outside, picking up a couple of med packs since he was heavily wounded, and his teammate jacks the last one before he was able to. So now he's moving out of the left entrance, heading towards the enemy base, and DM now, I think, have their Uber charge ready and waiting to go, and they're about to assault the 4th cap of the map. Zarfo making sure, checking down the tunnel, and making sure nobody flanks him, firing a couple of precautious shots down there. Nothing happening yet so far, and DM, I think, is now on the move inside the cap. Zarfo meeting up with an enemy scout, about to die. Meets up with his medic, and now the medic for DM has their Uber charged, ready and waiting to go. They're about to use it and charge onto the cap. So we're going to see a little bit of good action going off right here. Wish from Team DM, who I'm watching from right now, is making a hasty push forward. Meets up with an enemy scout. Doesn't kill him, though. Gets him heavily wounded. Zarfo taking out Cringe. Cringe taking out Wish. And right now DM is on top of the 4th cap. Zarfo taking out Cringe. I think I said that already. Dern taking out himself. Poking the Penguin, killing MrGiggles. The cap was almost finally taken, but DM had to retreat immediately afterwards since they... well, actually, no, they're going right back onto the cap to try to at least extend the time. Zarfo is just bumping into people left and right. Pessa's killing himself and an enemy player, and that ends the assault for Team DM, who gets failed on the 4th cap. So, what I'm seeing here is DM making some really good comebacks, especially after their loss in the first round, but they are not showing that they're going down. They are making a good and healthy push towards the next cap.
Oh yeah, they definitely have the advantage on this map because they have that center control point, and when you have that center control point, you definitely do have the advantage here. It's that secondary control point goes down a lot faster, so if you have where both teams start trying to cap at the same time, it's that secondary control point is the one that ends up picking it up faster. So right now, Nefarious is the team that's on defense right here, and they are on their heels. They almost have that secondary control point back, though. What's going to be interesting is, if they get it, how good or how fast their push is going to be, as Nefarious going with a sniper here. They've got a sniper trying to keep their center area clear, and the center area is now about to be open, so they can touch it. They go Uber to get across the open expanse here with the train cars. Burrow retreating, and look at this. Now, here we go with both teams trying to attack there, but unfortunately for Delectable Meats, their guys were taken out. And you see this race here. This is going to be a close one. Who's going to get it first? And Delectable Meats just barely gets the secondary control point before Nefarious can take the central control point. And all of a sudden, they are right on top of that primary control point, and it is over just that fast, that round, where it was almost went one way and quickly just switched around and went the other. So just that quickly, the momentum can change. And right now, Leo, Delectable Meats in control. Do we have any shout-outs? We got about 30 seconds here.
Yeah, but I'll read them off later. We got very few, so I'm going to save them for the rest of the match. And that was actually a nail-biter moment. Both teams have been staring at those little pretty-looking red and blue boxes at the bottom of the screen, just yelling at it like, come on, cap. But DM, with 2 scouts, taking the secondary cap, ran with those 2 scouts and annihilated the sniper who was on the last point. If that went to Nefarious, if the center cap went to Nefarious, they would have definitely taken the round. Current score right now is Delectable Meats with a leading score of 2-1 against Nefarious Gaming. This might be the first loss in the entire CEVOA season for Team Fortress 2 for Nefarious, since they are currently undefeated with a score of 6-0. DM is right behind them, though, on their tails with a score of 5-1, I think it is. Pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, it is. Actually, no, I got that wrong. Nefarious is 5-0, and Delectable Meats is 4-1. Both have played 5 games. Ha ha ha. Anyway, Delectable Meats is already capping the center point, and watching it from the angle of Cryogenics, who sees an enemy scout that was wished, taking him out real fast. And DM's already on the secondary cap for Team Nefarious, as I'm watching from the angle of Guro, who is up with a couple of his teammates on top of the cap, firing off his Uber charge so he doesn't get killed. Pessa's taking out Newbie, and Dern taking out Cringe, and DM with an incredible offense, taking out everybody. MrGiggles saving the last cap at the last second, and hacking down Zarfo, the one scout that was on the last cap. DM is now making the push forward towards the last cap for Nefarious, who might lose this any second now. Wish sees the sticky bombs that are on top of the stairway, so he's double jumping up to the side ramp, and there it goes. DM taking the round, making the total score for the entire game. DM 3, Nefarious 1.
Yeah, this is about to be over, Leo. DM is really running after getting knocked down a peg there to begin the match, with Nefarious taking a storming through the first one. They were about 30 seconds away from making a run on their 4th cap and trying to finish this one off. So they've learned from their mistakes in that first one, and it looks like they're looking pretty sharp. So I don't know. I'm following DM's Pesus right now, and we've got 10 seconds still go time. We've got all kinds of fireworks flying around here, and Pesus about to jump over here. He jumps up, And he dies. That's what he gets. I don't think you're supposed to jump up there. And he's dead, so now, you know, good, he learned his lesson. Let's switch over to Nefarious' Cringe, who was trying to take out the medic, is unable to do so as the medic goes uber, and Cringe runs the hell out of there. So let's switch over to funny character AJ. He was gone uber. His uber has run out. He goes up top looking for that medic, takes out the medic. Nice shot from him, takes out Burrow. Now he's going one-on-one with a soldier, takes out the soldier as well, and now he gets taken out. And we've got a partial build here in the center one, and that is DM that's doing it. So Nefarious is backpedaling right here. They're in a little bit of trouble, to be honest. They're really backpedaling, but now look, they've cleared out the center. Here they are in the center. They've got 3 people in there. They're possibly about to cap the center. Possibly a diamond save. No, doesn't look like it's going to happen. And Cryogenics sits on there, gets the cap. So now Nefarious is going to push forward and see if they can take this. Well, here we go. Cryogenics looking out the window. He's peeking around the corners. He's Cryogenics. He will freeze somebody and then revive them later. He doesn't give a damn. And they've got Nefarious going with the sniper. I'm surprised about that. You don't really see the sniper a lot on this level. Not really utilized that much, but they're going with them, and I'm a little bit shocked that Nefarious hasn't pushed any harder than they have. They have this central control point, and they haven't even touched the secondary control point. And yeah, they might be waiting to get a complete rush, but at that same time, that whole time that they're waiting, over on the other side, Delectable Meats is recovering and getting ready for their own. So we'll see. The last time that Delectable Meats lost that central control point, they were unable to recover. See if anything's different here. It's like a waiting game right here. Nobody is pushing forward. I'm slightly, no, you know what? I'm more than slightly. I'm very disappointed that no one is pushing forward right here. Zarfo switches over to Scout, so we've got 2 scouts for Delectable Meats. Maybe that means they're going to try something here. Maybe send their 2 scouts to try to take that central control point while the other guys defend. Somebody's got to do something, though, as we've got no pushes going right here. And 2 scouts in the water for Nefarious and Leo. This is the most boring 2 minutes that you handed this to me, in the most boring 2 minutes in the history of Team Fortress 2. Like, did these teams know that we're live? Like, nobody's really doing anything. Finally, there's some firefighting going on, but still, we see that the 2 scouts not advancing. Now they pop out of the water. That was a nice little tactic on their part, as Nefarious tried to keep them distracted with their main attack force and then pop the scouts out of the water, but scouts ended up just filing right behind them and running behind them anyway, so it didn't really do much. Nefarious still attacking with that sniper right there in close range as Cryogenics gets taken down. And Nefarious, 2 scouts and a sniper, not a lot of heavy firepower. I haven't seen a heavy or an engineer on this map in ages. And the control point being attacked now by Cringe. He's got 2 teammates with him, but they are not currently affecting that control point. Now one of them is joined, now they're both joined. They take it, lock it down, and we could be just a few seconds away from a 3-2 game, and Cringe killed at the very last second. So Nefarious just needs to run somebody in there. They just need to be there for about half a second, and they're going to cap this thing. And Zarfo trying to take that secondary control point back for them, and Delectable Meats bringing a heavy out, rolling a heavy out to defend. Boy, this is going to be close here, as Delectable Meats is going to risk it all, roll the dice, and do a push on that second control point, leaving their defense open on their primary control point. And if Nefarious can run somebody in there, Delectable Meats is going to lose this. Delectable Meats only has a heavy standing there. And here comes Cringe, trying to run around that heavy. It's not going to happen. But right behind him, he's got an Uber squad, and they are going to dance around here. They just need to take out this 1 scout, and there they go. And Nefarious is Cryogenics, Zag, and Noob I Am able to take that, and it is now 3-2 ball game, Leo. Just like that, it's close.
It's getting even closer. It's surprising how actually close this game is getting. But Nefarious is showing that they're not going to be pushed down by Delectable Meats. It could have actually won the game with a 4-1 score, but Nefarious is like, yeah, come on, guys, we're taking a round. But I'm going to watch this from the beginning angle of Undefined from Team Nefarious, who's chucking a couple of grenades over the cart. Not really hitting anybody with it, though. And you're right. I do usually see teams running an engineer instead of a sniper, or at least a second soldier. Definitely, because Nefarious has not ran a second soldier, but I guess they're very confident within their sniping abilities. And speaking of which, Nefarious's MrGiggles taking out Pessis early in the round. He managed to take him out almost at the beginning of every single round. Also taking out Zarfo, so MrGiggles already with a quick 2-kill lead at the beginning of the round, not letting Delectable Meats get anywhere close. But like I was saying, the sniper is completely skill dependent on this match, on TF2 within any competitive play. I mean, he has to be a dead on shot to at least be worth a damn, else you might as well just have an engineer, depending on the map. DM Wish taking out Cryogenics, and MrGiggles dying to Dern. His Ubers are flying off right now. Undefined is making a hasty retreat since he does have extremely low health, running away, sees the enemy's medic whose Uber just wore off. Nefarious is Zaj taking down DM Dern. I think they're waiting for a train to roll by right now. Undefined is looking around for it, make sure he doesn't get hit. Rolls right by. He's running inside the center right now, ready to take the center cap since nobody has it currently. Pessis chasing after Nefarious Zaj. Pessis taking out Nubian. Undefined taking on Pessis, and Zarfo with the help of Wished taking out Undefined. So the beginning of the assault into center cap is going to go to DM's 2 scouts, Wished and Zarfo. So they're going to be off on the offense soon enough, that Slash, as the center cap is taken and Zarfo is on the run.
Yeah, wasn't Zarfo like the cat in... No, that was Snarf. In Thundercats, the cat was Snarf, not Zarfo. I apologize. And the central control point... Snarf! The central control point under attack by Nefarious. And look at this. They're about to do it. They're about to take it. They do. So here's the big momentum switch. Now, here's the question is, will Nefarious Gaming be able to actually pull this off? And this is the big turnaround, and it looks like they're going to be able to. They're storing that secondary control point. All the momentum with them right here. There's a push back from Delectable Meats, but it is summarily shoved straight up their arse. And they try to make a push on there, and it is not going to happen very quickly. Just almost as soon as Cryogenics got on that, he capped it, and it's a tie game. We're going in 3-3, winner take all. There's no ties. This is it. This is for all the marbles in the toy box, Leo.
Why, did your throat just come out there? What was that? Kind of aired out Leo there.
Yeah, I know. I'm choking.
Yeah, me too. I haven't drank since, or at least cleared my throat since the TGL Match of the Week match that we just did not too long ago. And looking at our IRC channel, damn,
Just Colt's killing me.
There's a lot of people watching that CEVO TF2 match. I think it's between Complexity and Devastation. And everyone's going up a wall saying Warden is fat. I mean, if you haven't seen Warden from, he is huge. That guy is massive. I don't know how someone can be so fat. Play Counter-Strike without having diabetes. Anyway, I'm going to go back into the game and watching from the angle of Cryogenics, and a lot of the Nefarious members ran behind DM and took most of them out. Wow, DM is at an extreme low. Actually, one of the members of Nefarious took himself out at the beginning of the round. That was Zaj, killing himself with a rocket. And right now they are debating Warden's weight within the game, within the IRC channel, saying that he's maybe 250, but that guy is clearly 380. I could tell by looking at it, that kind of thing. Cryogenics meeting up with an enemy soldier, running away real fast because he saw that he was getting healed by a medic and was no match for him unless he got 2 crit shots in a row. Eats a rocket in the face, barely getting out with some health, and has 25% of his health, but is getting healed up by a medic. So right now Nefarious is on the ropes. They're backed up into the 4th cap of the game. And I think right now, Dead Slash, we're going to go into that little bit of a hiatus where both teams are charging up Uber, then they're going to clash heads, and they're going to see which team is going to go out for the win.
Yeah, I think you're right. Both teams loading up right here, but the advantage is for Delectable Meats. Delectable Meats should have learned from the last time when they sat back too much. Nefarious Gaming was able to recoup and take that central control point, so possibly Delectable Meats won't wait as long on this one and will actually make a move quicker. We'll have to see. Here we go. Well, here we go. I'm watching Zarfo. Zarfo running around the corner. He is in there with a couple soldiers. They push forward and then pull back. So they push forward, try to clear out Nefarious Gaming, and then they pull back onto that control point. Nefarious Gaming counters with an Uber, and they countered very well. They're going to be able to stop them there. Only Zarfo remains. Zarfo trying to wait for them to clear out of there, maybe push a little bit too far forward, and that's going to work for them, as that's what happened. Nefarious Gaming had to push forward in order to try to make something happen. We're watching Zarfo here who's going in for the winning cap, and he's got it just that quickly. Nefarious Gaming had to put a push on, and in order to do that, they didn't have enough people to hold that secondary control point, and DM Delectable Meats able to go in there and pull that off, and then Zarfo flew in and took that. So congratulations to Delectable Meats handing Nefarious Gaming their first loss. Nefarious Gaming is going to go to 5-1. Delectable Meats also at 5-1. So some pretty good action here from CEVOA. Just exactly the opposite of what I said, where that it wouldn't be a close match. I said that one of the two teams would roll, and what happens exactly the opposite. We have a 4-3 win that went back and forth. This is the kind of action we like to see on Opponents Television. It's the kind of action we like to bring you every week. Talk to me about some shout-outs, Leo, because I know you got them.
Oh, God, I saved them for quite some time. And we actually have 5. So let's see what 5 that we can roll through. From Opponents TV's Pashby, who's doing shout-outs with the other match. Hey, I'm doing shout-outs, and I'm giving you a shout-out. LOL. Thank you, Pashby, for pretty much having fun on the job, because this is a very fun job. From Font, shout-out to Unwary, who won't stop screen watching me in Team Fortress 2 lands. Aw. No screen peeking! Ah! It's like people yelling screen peekers in Halo lands. Honestly, grow up. From Stormy Water, shout out to Delectable Meats, especially to Delectable Meats Pokey the Penguin for an amazing clutch last round. And going on to T-Hawk Tech's Dinka, shout out to T-Hawk Tech. It's our first year anniversary. Also, we're doing giveaways at our site and our channel. Check it out. And our last shout out is from Akasaja. Shout out to Snarf. And that's going actually. Well, from Dead Slash, who decided to message me while in game. Shout out to Mike Hunt. I love. I don't know if that's serious, Dead Slash. But that's going to be it for our shoutouts.
Alright, well, that was a good matchup, and that's some good action, so it was good to bring that to you. Just speaking of good action, I wanted to keep everybody aware of the fact that we have the TF2 Shotgun Shootout round number 2 coming up on Sunday, and that's going to be on right after the Bad Mother Fraggers podcast that's coming out on Sunday. Time yet to be decided. That's brought to you by Opponents TV and Frag Dominant, and Diamond Multimedia, Thermal Take, Extract Pads, and Excessive Servers. And we should have some good round 2 matchups for that big, huge tournament with cash, or not cash, I'm sorry, case prizes and various items. Also, thanks to Excessive Servers for providing the servers for that. So, I'd like to thank those good sponsors. And I think that's pretty much all we got for tonight. Check out the community section, or check out the CEVO CSS match or is that CSS or CS, Leo, that's going on in the other channel?
I'm pretty sure it's CSS.
Alright, for real, check that out. And till next week, my name is Mike Dead/Kafka. The other guy is Leo Geo something or other. Remember, if it wasn't seen here, it wasn't ponage.